So you'd like to buy a home. How do you know when you're ready to rock and roll with confidence with a lender you can trust? In this inaugural video of Live, Laugh, and Learn with Chris, you're going to meet my personal and my go-to lender for my clients, Mike Solario. He has helped me and many of my clients make some of the biggest decisions we've ever made. It's always best to have a professional guide you through this process, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's go meet Mike. Okay, this is Mike Solario. Mike, this is everybody. So Mike, let's start by you telling me something interestingly funny about mortgage brokers.
All right, Chris, what is a mortgage broker?
I have no idea. Tell me.
It's a realtor without a sense of humor.
Okay, next, and then we'll get on with the questions.
All right.
Do you want to tell me the other one?
No, that's good.
All right,
That's
very good.
Yeah.
So Mike, why is it important for someone who wants to be a homeowner or purchase a home as an investment property or just a move-up home or even just a refinance? Why is it important for someone who is in that position to seek the advice of a great lender like yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So today's lending is a lot more strict than it used to be. The guidelines, regulations. I think the simplest way to think about it is pretend you're going into a courtroom and you're going before a judge or a jury, and who do you want representing you? Presenting your case, presenting your facts to the judge so that they can make a decision. Underwriting has become very complicated, and for having somebody with experience behind you, representing you, and figuring out how to best put your case forward is critical.
And without getting into too much detail about watching paint dry, what is underwriting?
Sure. Underwriting is where we put together, a loan officer would put together your the borrower's information, presenting their income, their assets, presenting a picture to them. An underwriter then looks at it with the guidelines and makes a determination. And there are a lot of gray areas and a lot of subjective things that an underwriter has to look at.
Okay, well said. So what are the consequences of not getting a pre-approval done up front? So if somebody's wanting to buy a new home or investment home or to refinance, what are the negatives about not doing that up front with a great lender?
Yeah, definitely. I think worst case, the worst thing that could happen is that you've made an offer and you're in contract, and now you've got 30 days to close, and the clock's ticking, and you finally get that full qualification look, and you don't qualify. And so now you've got earnest money, you may have spent money on inspections and so forth, but just not knowing, going out and doing something without knowing if you can actually do it or to what extent is probably the worst thing that can happen.
And you've helped me with a couple of clients on that note who actually were not totally pre-qualified with another lender, and we ended up in that situation, and you came in and kind of saved the day. So I can tell people from experience that they're in great hands. So Mike, is there anything else that you would like to share with people who are still on the fence about whether or not they can even afford something else, or what encouragement or other ideas would you like to share?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is to go out there and look. Find somebody that you trust and at least look and ask the questions, do I qualify? What do I qualify for? And the reason I think that's important is if you do that, you'll find out where your baseline is, and you know what the steps are to go forward. If for example, the baseline isn't enough, or like, oh, that's my credit's bad, or I don't have enough down payment, or my income's just not right compared to my debt. With time, you can fix almost everything so that you can put a plan in place to maybe 6 months, 12 months, and maybe even 2 years down the road, do something. And with rents going up as they are, especially in our community, purchasing a home could make a lot of sense for you.
So I've often told, thank you, I've often told my buyers, and would you say that this is a good way to sort of wrap it up? And that is, if you don't know where you are, come and talk to you or another great lender like you, but you, and they can give you all their financial cards, and you can tell them how to play it to their best advantage. And if they're not where they need to be to move forward, you can give them a roadmap or a blueprint to say, hey, here's where you are now, and here's where you need to be. This is what you need to do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And exactly what you said, I think that ties back into The second question is, why go to somebody who's qualified, maybe with 20 years experience, is knowing how to best present the case.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And with a joke here and there, you'll laugh, and we'll all learn something, and hopefully we'll get you a great loan to get a great home.
Awesome.
Terrific.
Thank you,
Chris. Mike.
All right.
Let's face it, nobody wants to give all the intimate details of their financial world to somebody who you've just met, or even like your firstborn, or it sometimes seems, to somebody you've just met, or a voice over the telephone. But when you meet Mike in person, you'll feel so much more comfortable. It's almost like talking to a trusted friend. And that's what it's all about. Feeling you can trust someone to get the job done who has your financial and legal best interests at heart. That's what I and great lenders like Mike are all about. For more information or a good laugh, give Chris a call. That's it for this episode of Live, Laugh, and Learn with Chris. See you next time.